Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, let's thank God the Almighty who has given us the time so we can do our second project. Secondly, before we start our ISAS, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Muhammad Ghufran Tripa.
My name is Farika Triananda.
We are from group 7 and today we want to present our ISAS with the title is Implementation of Selection Sort. Next.
This is on the screen is data structure. Data structure is a way of sorting, organize, and arranging data in a computer so that the data can be used more easily by user. With this nature, a data structure can be applied to database processing. For example, for financial data purpose or for word processing, whose columns change dynamical. Example of data structure can be seen in a spreadsheet files, database, word processing, compressed image, and file compression with certain technique that utilize data structure. And then sorting. Sorting or sort, or what we often call sort, is a grouping of data sort by data values, which can be sorted in two ways. Namely, first ascending, it is a sorting of data values sorted from the smallest value to the large data value. And the second is descending. Ascending is the sorting of numbers sequentially, starting from the data with the smallest value to the large value, then deciding is the opposite. And then there is a 6 method for sorting. There are first bubble sort, second selection sort, third insertion sort, fourth selection sort, 5 merge sort, and 6 quick sort. Selection sort. Selection sort is a sorting algorithm that repeatedly search for unstored items and search for at least one to be included in the final location. And then selection sort is one of the easiest sorting algorithms to learn. Compared to bubble sort, the frequency of data exchange in selection sort is less. And advantage and disadvantage of selection sort. First advantage of selection sort, this algorithm is very compact and easy to implement. Second, speed of searching. Third, easy to determine maximum or minimum data. Fourth, easy to complexity of selection sort is relatively to put them back together. 5, the complexity of selection sort is relatively smaller. And disadvantage of selection sort, the first requires additional method, and the second, it should be avoided for the use of data more than 1,000 tables, because it will cause higher complexity and less practical.
And the next is how selection sort works. Here is the procedure of selection sort. First, taking the value from the data 1 until the end. In here we have a random score before we sort, and then the second step is determine the number with the smallest index from the number data. In here, in the example, we use the ascending sort, which is we search the smallest index first, and if you use the descending sort, you can find the biggest index first. Yeah, in here, as you can see, the the smallest index is 1. And the third step is exchange the number with the smallest index with the first number. In here, the smallest index is 1 and the first number is 7. And we swap it after we swap it, and the last step is repeat the step 2 and 3 for the next number until the optimal data is sorted. And next. And the implementation of selection sort that we use is the sorting implementation on the score of several students. We have a random score in here. At the first, we input the scores first, and the variable, the type data is integer with the name is nilai, and then we show the first data that before we sort in the output. And next, this is the selection sort logic. In here we use loop for if integer I equal 0 or I less than bilangan length, so the I is increased by 1. And in here we use the integer type with the name of integer is index array equal I. In here we use loop for integer j equal I or j less than bilangan length, so the j is increased by 1. And in here, if bilangan index more than j, so the index array is j. In here we use the ascending, so the symbol is more than. If we use the descending, so the symbol is less than. And the next, for the swap, we use the integer tampungan. In here, integer tampungan equal bilangan I, and bilangan I equal bilangan index array. So bilangan index array and tampungan, we swap it. After it repeat until the score is sort from the smallest to the biggest. After the data is sort, and the last we show the after data in the output. So in the right is the output. As you can see, there is the data before we sort and after. Next.
This is a conclusion and suggestion. The conclusion is selection sort is an improvement over the bubble sort algorithm. By reducing the number of comparisons, it is called selection because this algorithm tries to select data elements one by one from the initial position. To find the smallest data by recording the index position only, then performs the exchange only once at the end of each stage of sorting the data, both for lowest to highest, will make the data more structured, neat, and organized. And suggestion is from the discussion, I hope that reader can understand and about selection sort which is explained and with this paper. It is hope that readers will get the latest information about selection sort.
So maybe just that from us to say sorry if there is a mistake from us. Thank you everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.